All right, we are live on YouTube, and tonight we're going to be discussing quit feeding into stupid drama and other channel updates as well. So stick around for all of that and much, much more that's coming right. Live from Northern California, welcome to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. And if this is your first time here, and most importantly, you are open to suggestions and change, please consider subscribing and then banging that bell. And after you bang that bell, when that pop-up box pops up, make sure you select all notifications, because that way you won't miss a single thing. You will not miss anything when it comes to getting a better grip on your life. And also make sure on your smartphone, your tablet, your iPhone, your Android, or anywhere that you have the YouTube app installed on, you must also make sure that the YouTube app is set to receive those notifications at a device level. Do all of that, and you're golden. You're all set to go. All right, welcome to the show, everyone. Muttnuts World, hello. How you doing? Welcome. I'm surprised to see you here. It's pretty late in your neck of the woods. It is 1:08 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time in your neck of the woods, Mutt. And it's only 10:08 p.m. Pacific Daylight Time in my neck of the woods. It's already Saturday in your house, right, Mutt? Queen Helen Casey's in the house. Queen, I'm not shocked to see you here because, you're up all day, every day, fighting these interesting political people through Twitter, and then spending some other time on YouTube. So I'm not surprised to see you here, but I'm glad to have you on board here for this show. Folks, I'm not going to be on too terribly long tonight. Probably just about a half an hour, 45 minutes max, probably, more closer to just 30 minutes. I have some things I want to discuss, share some channel updates, and also make you aware of what I am looking for tomorrow. Now, if it's after midnight in your neck of the woods, later today, later on this evening, Saturday, what I'm going to mention that first here right now, and I'll mention it again. Then I'm going to get into the quit feeding into stupid drama thing here. I have some things to share about that, and I really feel the need to discuss it, and I'm going to discuss it because I feel like it, but I'm going to do it in a very professional and mature way without attacking anyone. I'm just going to state what I feel is going on and how I feel the situation could be rectified if people actually wanted to rectify it once and for all. But tomorrow night around 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, I am looking to create a panel. Whether it includes my moderators only or my moderators and other people. So Queen Helen Casey, Muttnuts World, if Stephanie Ellis, a.k.a. Super Steps Around, Colin Butters, Alex the Beer Master, or anyone else, DC the Purple Diva, I know we need to touch base. I know I need to get to your streams as well. Folks, I'm going to be doing a stream tomorrow night where I want to discuss how you feel 2020 is going so far, and do you feel 2020 is one of the worst years we've ever experienced in the history of our world? Not just here in the U.S., in the history of our world, because I have never seen anything like this in my entire life. And going back in the days of history, I've never seen anything like it as well. I know some things happened back in the days, centuries ago. But I feel nothing compares to what's going on in the current modern world. And I would love to have a discussion on this and really start getting some panels going here on my channel. So let me check out the chat here real quick. But first, let me make sure that the notification went out. The notification did go out, and the stream health is good. Audio and video check, Muttnuts World and Queen Helen Casey. Are we looking good and sounding good? Just want to make sure everything is working normally. It seems to be working normal here on my end. Let me check out the chat real quick. Mutt Nuts World with her 2-month members only badge. With the yellow golden members only badge and Mod Wrench. Hey, Eli and everyone. Hey, Mutt. Queen Helen Case says, smash the like button for Eli. Head moderator Queen Helen Case is in the house. Hey, Queen. She says, hello, Eli. Hello, Mutt, says Queen. Mutt Nuts World says, I am good. Been working on stuff for my channels, and yes, it is Saturday for me. Same for Queen Helen Casey. You both are on the East Coast. Mutt Nuts World says, hey, Queen, I should be free, says Mutt. Fantastic. Are you going to be free tomorrow night, Queen? I'm going to bring everyone on through StreamYard. Hey, Zero Infinity Live, welcome to the show. How you doing? Great to see you here, man. Glad to have you on board, man. Awesome. Yes, so I'm going to be bringing people on through StreamYard, not Hangouts. I'm going to be testing it out. I've already done some behind-the-scenes testing, so it should work. Just make sure that you folks have created your StreamYard account. Basically, you can log into StreamYard through your Google account, and then you just create your screen name. And then you can either come on through audio only if you have a picture on there, or you can even come on through video. That's totally up to you. Just letting you folks know, I will not be using Hangouts tomorrow for this show or later today if you're already, into Saturday on the East Coast. I'm going to be using StreamYard for the first time and see how that goes. It should be just fine. Let's see. I seen a pic today that said, did anyone try giving 2020 a Snickers? Snickers. Are you talking about Snickers? Was that Snickers? Did you misspell that? Yeah, she wrote, no, Sinkers. Oh, Sinkers. Sound and audio, sound and look good. Okay, thanks, Mutt. Queen says sound and audio good. Hello, everyone. How's everyone tonight? This is Zero Infinity Live. Welcome. Okay, just remind me of the time. Can't with a cell phone. Oh, Queen, you can't come on to StreamYard with a cell phone. You just use a browser. Use your browser. That's all you have to do. I mean, Queen, I could bring you and Mutt and people on through Hangouts. It doesn't matter. I can bring you on through Hangouts, but I do want to test out StreamYard. I believe you have an Android, right, Queen? All you need to do is launch a browser and then just log into your Google account through your browser, and you should be all set to go. Zero Infinity Life says, hey, guys. And Mutt Nuts World says, no meant Snickers. Yeah, Snickers satisfies you. Right. I get it. I love Snickers. I haven't had one in a while, but I used to love Snickers. They're very satisfying. But there's a lot of sugar, so I don't eat a lot of Snickers or any of those, sugar bars, right? All right. Anyway, let me get right to it. The first thing I want to discuss here, and I wanted to create a brief show on this. I was going to do a different stream tonight. Dating over 40 sucks. And I was going to discuss, are older women more difficult to deal with than younger women? But I decided to create that stream and actually set it up for tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. So tomorrow afternoon, if you're on the East Coast at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, I'm going to be doing a stream to share my thoughts regarding that, along with my continued personal experience of being a single man in my mid-40s. I'm age 46 and looking for love, being the good guy I am, doing things the right way, approaching women the right way, and not getting the results that I feel I deserve to get. And listen, I'm not saying I'm all that, but I'm not coming out and saying that it's primarily my fault. If it was my fault, I would mention it. I'm going to share with you folks what's been going on. I'm also going to be reading this awesome blog. It's not going to be from Psychology Today. It's going to be from another personal website of someone that, helps women better understand men. And I really like her work. So I'm going to be reading this blog that pertains to the topic. So tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, I'm going to be doing, dating over 40 sucks. Are older women more difficult to deal with than younger women? And you're going to be shocked and surprised to hear what I'm going to say based on my experiences and what this blog says as well. It's going to be great. So do not miss that. Let's see. Queen Ellen Case says, yes, I have an Android. And Mutt says, yes, I use my cell to run my StreamYard. Okay, yeah. So, Queen, yes, what you want to do, Queen, is, and you don't have to do it now. When I send the StreamYard link tomorrow, all you have to do is click on that StreamYard link, and that link will open up on your default browser on your Android, which is probably Chrome, right? Then Chrome is going to ask you to log into your Google account. All you do is you log into your Google account. Once you do that, you can either upload a picture or not upload a picture. You can click to join the stream, and then you can just turn off your video and come in audio only, and I promise you it'll work. But I really, really would love to have you on the show, Queen and Mutt, and if you can get Steph to come on, and I'm going to message Alex the Beer Master and call him Butters, and anyone else, DC the Purple Diva, anyone else that wants to come on, because I would really love to have a discussion on your thoughts regarding 2020 and how you feel it has affected your life, and has this, in your opinion, been one of the most interesting or worst years that you've ever seen, not only since you've been around, in your life, but in the history of our world. Because that's as deep as I want to take this conversation, so it should be great. All right, so I'll mention all of that towards the end of the show. But right now, I want to get into addressing something that I feel is important to address. The topic of this stream is quit feeding into stupid drama, plus looking to form a live panel show on 2020 events tomorrow evening, which I just discussed. So quit feeding into stupid drama. The reason why I'm mentioning this is because up until about the last 2 months, for the previous 3+ years, without even really totally realizing it, I was feeding into this group of dramasphere people. And I kept feeding into them because I kept feeling the need to address them and respond to every single one of their concerns or attacks on me, right? And when I finally realized that the more I respond to them and the more I, try to debunk what I know are lies that they're saying about me, the more content they make on me. And it was never about whether I was right or wrong, or they thought or knew I was right or wrong. It was more about how long they can keep the back and forth going, the engagement going, because there are certain YouTubers out there that have amassed an audience to basically sell this type of content to. And without this type of content, they have nothing. Okay? Now, I want to handle this maturely and discuss this maturely. I'm not here to mention any names, and I'm not going to mention any names. So if you're new here, just listen to the story and it'll make sense to you, okay? For those of you that have been a part of my community or have known me for a while, whether you like me or not, okay, you're going to know who I'm talking about. And I'm going to discuss two people here. One is a gentleman in his mid-30s that lives with his family in Florida, and another one is another person that I believe just turned 40 that was, I guess, living in Florida, but now he's basically traveling and trying to find a place to live, yada, yada, yada. I don't know. I don't believe pretty much anything that comes out of his mouth. But as far as what I know, he was living in Florida. Okay. Now, this person, this 40-year-old person, for the last 3.5 years, has been relentlessly attacking other YouTubers on purpose and stirring up the pot with them on purpose. And even going as far as making up things or doing crazy things to get a back and forth beef going with them. He does that because that's what his audience pays him for. Okay? It's pretty freaking pathetic, right? So I was dealing with him and some other people in this Dramasphere group for over 3 years. And about a couple months ago, I totally withdrew from it, and I have not been feeding into them. Every now and then I may share an update, and even if they make a response, I don't respond to it, but I haven't been feeding into them, and nothing they say or do about me phases me anymore. I've moved on, and I'm creating my own content. The only reason why I'm mentioning this here tonight is because I feel the time has come where most people within this drama sphere, quote unquote, so to speak, type of group, really see what's going on and really see who the one main culprit has been that's been harming this group of people that I honestly believe does have some greatness within them. But this one person that is dependent on attacking people and creating cringy ass content to make ends meet continues to do all that. And because of that, it has basically destroyed a lot of friendships, and it's pinned and pitted people against each other that, in my opinion, really have done nothing wrong to each other. This guy is a master manipulator. He is a sociopath, and he's a person that lacks empathy, has no empathy, and he's all about the money. And he has no other way to make money, in my opinion, besides attacking other people. He's tried to create other content, and it's never made him any money, no matter what he says. The only way he makes money is by running drama streams on YouTube or drama videos on YouTube and beefing with people and selling that to an audience that he's built to like that content. Queen Ellen Kate, sorry. Let me see here. Zero Infinity Live, they have an HTML API for any mobile browser. Just log in and select cam mic options and custom pick default from your YouTube account. Yes, that's right, Zero Infinity Live, and StreamYard works well. If you're on an iPhone, you have to use a Safari browser. It's the only one that works. But if you're on an Android, you can use any browser and it works. If you're on a laptop or desktop, that would be best. But it does work on every device or computer in one way or another. Buttnuts World says, I am 9 years older than my boyfriend, and he would say I am an angel 99.9% of the time. Well, I want to find a woman just like you then, Mutt. Help me find that, because it's hard to find and almost doesn't exist anymore nowadays. Queen Helen Casey says, the year 2020 is a mess. Yeah, I hear you. Zero Infinity Life says, OMFG, I had the same experience. When we first met, I used your advice to get away from the den of parasites. Yeah, dude. But I'll tell you honestly, and you know who I'm talking about, Zero. I'll tell you what, honestly, I think people are beginning to really see the true colors of this 40-year-old, I don't even know what to call him. I don't want to mention his name. I don't want to give him any notoriety, even though the people that have been following me for a while know who I'm talking about. This guy just, I don't know. I think people are beginning to really see his true colors, and more people are withdrawing from supporting his content. You know who I'm talking about, Zero. It's all good, man. And this is not one of my typical streams. This is more like a channel update, community update, subscriber hangout type of stream. That's why I put off my, dating over 40 stream until tomorrow, because that's going to be a professional stream. I'm not saying this is not professional, but this is pretty much addressing the drama and all that stuff, right? So, what have I seen lately? I have not talked about this guy for months. Occasionally, I'll put out an update professionally regarding what I see in the drama sphere, but I have not attacked any of them. I haven't said anything negative about them, nothing. I've just gone on and done my own thing. But this guy continues to make content on me regularly, which I don't watch. I really don't. The only content I watch is content that doesn't involve me, to see what this guy and other people are doing in the back and forth, because I'm curious to see what this guy is going to try to do to save what I feel is a sinking ship, because this ship is sinking and he can't admit it. Okay. So he continues to make content on me. I could care less. I ignore it. He might make a little bit of money off it, but me not feeding into it doesn't allow him to make the money that he once made when I really fed into it. Okay. So in essence, I'm not trying to feed into this here, and take it for whatever it's worth. But because I have not been feeding into him, and he's so desperate to get a back and forth beef going to the point of where it will entertain his audience to make him money, he now has gone after and continues to go after someone that I introduced him to over 3.5 years ago. And we're going back to talking about the 35-year-old gentleman that lives with his family in Florida. Okay? And again, you know who you are. I promised I wouldn't mention your name, and I'm going to stick to my promise, but I'm actually on your side on this. I'm actually very supportive in what you're doing. And I really felt the need to address this because I want you to know that, once again, on top of what I mentioned about you a few days ago when I talked about you in the stream, despite what's happened between us, I feel you're 100% right regarding this, and you're handling it the right way. You're handling it very properly, professionally, and maturely. And regardless of anything else, man, I'm proud of you for handling it that way. I'm also proud of the fact that I see you're seeing the true colors of this guy. And maybe you've seen it for a while, but now you more so see it. And now other people that were following him along with you are no longer following him, and they see the light, right? Okay? And now, because this guy is losing a lot of traction, right? He's losing a lot of his audience, which was never created by him in the first place. Let's talk about that. This 40-year-old dude that attacks people, for cringy content to entertain his audience for donations for money, has never really built any audience besides the small audience that he has. I'm not going to mention the name of his group. People know who he is. He's got a good maybe 10 or 15 people that have been loyal to him, through thick and thin. It's a group of highly conservative people that support him based on that aspect alone. But see, those people right there are not the majority of his bread and butter. They do donate to him, but they probably make up about 10 to 15% of his income. He cannot survive alone just having these people. He needs to have a lot of other people there. He also needs to have a sponsor like he has, okay? And it's ironic to me that the sponsor that this guy has is the same exact sponsor that this 35-year-old gentleman that lives at home that he's been attacking has as well. And the way that this 40-year-old content creator that attacks other people, including this 35-year-old content creator that lives at home with his family, the way that he found out about this guy and became a sponsor is because I believe the 35-year-old gentleman was sponsored by him first. So this 40-year-old guy that claims to be this great YouTuber, that claims to be able to build, networks and to be able to build audiences, is full of phony baloney. You are, sir. Because you never, besides the small audience you have of conservative people, you've never once built an audience besides that. All you've done is leveraged other people's audiences and stolen other people's audiences by making up stuff and pinning and pitting people against each other. And then welcoming them over to your side, right? So in essence, you really have not earned, in my opinion, most of the money you've made. You've basically stolen it. And that's just my opinion, and I'm sticking to it. And now, because people are seeing your true colors, and you're so desperate for traction to keep your facade going to pay your bills before you go flat broke, you, sir, are attacking the wrong person. Because the person you're attacking, that 35-year-old that lives with his family, a lot of his audience was supporting you as well. And a lot of his audience liked both you and him. And when you do people wrong in that way, what happens? What happens when you treat people that way? They leave, they're gone. And then they go to the other side where they feel appreciated. And then they share their experiences with the other side. And then it's game over for you. But let me ask you this, 40-year-old. We're just going to call you the 40-year-old, okay? You continue to attack this guy that lives at home with his family. You continue to attack other people that either live at home with their families or have other things they're working on that you claim you've risen above. Number one, you haven't risen above anything. So it's all about to come crashing down on you. It's going to continue crashing down on you. But who cares about people's living situations? Hey, if this guy wants to live at home a few more years, save some more money, and try to figure things out in that way, that's his prerogative. What does it matter to you? What does that have to do with you? And how does that affect your life? It does not affect your life. But all it does is creates cringy content of you going back and forth and purposefully attacking him just to have something to sell to your audience. That's what it's all about, because realistically, it doesn't affect you one way or another, because you're not, living with him and his family, and you're living your own life separate from his. So why does his living situation or anyone else's even matter to you? Because if this wasn't YouTube and you couldn't create content off of this to sell to your audience, it wouldn't even faze you, right? And that's pretty pathetic, man. That's pretty pathetic. And you see, that's how you've been all this time. And now you're getting called out. See, I've been calling you out on this for the last 3+ years. And I am calling you out again right now. And quite frankly, I don't care how many videos you make on me to respond to this. I'm not going to watch them, and I'm not going to keep talking about you. The only reason why I'm mentioning this right now here tonight is because I actually care about the guy that you're attacking. Despite my differences with him, which I feel primarily stem from you even pitting him and I against each other. This is pathetic, man. It's absolutely pathetic. I watched a few of those videos, actually all the videos going back and forth between the 35 and 40-year-old I've been watching them. People behind the scenes have been sending me those links because I don't go to their channels, because I don't want to deal with drama. But I've been watching those because it's just so pathetic that this 40-year-old dude has to continue attacking this guy because he has nothing else to present that's going to make him the revenue this is going to make him. And quite frankly, from what I'm seeing, I don't care what the 40-year-old comes out and says. Oh, I've got my sponsor. I've got this. I got that, right? I don't care if everybody leaves. I still got my sponsor and this and that. Let me tell you, 40-year-old. What if your sponsor tomorrow says, you know what? I don't like your attitude, how you're treating people. I'm going to stop sponsoring you. Now, he may or may not do that. It's none of my business. I'm just saying, if you're going to come off and be that cocky and arrogant, and if that's the way you're going to treat people, karma is going to bite you in the ass. And I'll tell you this, if you lose that sponsor, dude, then you're homeless. You're done. It's over. And you know it. That sponsorship is probably at least half of your income, if not more. Right now that your other money's gone down, it's probably more than half your income. But you are so arrogant, so cocky, okay? And you're such a narcissist and you're such a sociopath that you can't keep your mouth shut long enough to protect what you still have before it's all gone. I shouldn't even be telling you this, dude. I'm even trying to help you by telling you you're burying yourself. I shouldn't even really care, and I really don't. But in essence, what you're doing, whether you realize it or not, you're burying yourself. And look, dude, I don't care if you make videos calling me C-U-C-K all day long. It's over. It's done. It's been played out. No one really cares about it anymore. Yeah, people will say it every now and then, but no one really cares anymore, dude. It's old news. You've regurgitated it so many times. It's not even funny anymore. Come up with some new material, dude. You're getting boring. You want to call me boring? That's fine. But all you've done year after year after year is regurgitate the same content over and over and over again, because that's what's been making you the money. And the reason why I kept on working all these years is because people continued to feed into it. And when I was feeding into it, people were entertained by that because, yes, I'm a great speaker and, I've got, great YouTube skills, etc. I don't have to get into that, right? But once I pulled out, there's nothing left. When I pulled out, look what happened. You went out there and you started beefing with other people like French Dose, right? You started going after all these other people, and now you're going after the 35-year-old graphics designer that on 2 occasions tremendously helped you, by creating designs for you, either for free at a reasonable price and creating stores for you to sell your product. And you still don't appreciate that. Do you understand that anyone else besides this 35-year-old graphic designer that would have done that work for you would have charged you 5 to 10 times as much? Do you not appreciate what other people do for you? Because your lack of empathy and lack of appreciation and your lack of not giving a shit is biting you in the ass right now. And let me tell you something, dude. You deserve everything that karma is giving you. And karma, I don't care what you do all these videos on me, I'm not going to pay attention. But what I will tell you is going to happen is that karma is going to continue to pay you back for what you've done to others. You want to know something? You come after people and say, oh, they're jobless, they're homeless. Well, sir, you're about to be jobless and homeless too. Because what you project, you get, right? You are what you project. Let me tell you something. I am more than capable of going toe to toe with all these Dramasphere people all day, every day, and creating this content, right? I'm more than capable of calling all of you out and saying how pathetic all of you are, right? But I got better things to do than that. And that's what I've been doing. I've been creating other content. And while my other content has not been getting a lot of traction initially, I'm building up to it because, number one, the Dramasphere audience is still a big part of my audience, whether I like it or not. And it's going to take time for the YouTube algorithm to place my content to audiences outside of the Dramasphere that they feel wants to see my content. So again, I could sit here and go back and forth with you guys all day, every day, but that's not going to get me anywhere. So again, if you're going to come at me and say that my content sucks and I'm getting fewer views than you, I really don't care, because I'm not looking at the now, sir. I'm looking 3 months from now when I'm going to be smoking you. When I'm going to be so surpassed beyond you that, you know what, you won't even be a blip on my radar anymore or anyone else's. Now, we've been on for 33 minutes, folks. I only want to be on for another 10 to 12 minutes. I want to say this to the 35-year-old graphics designer that may or may not be watching right now. Okay. Promise you I wouldn't mention your name anymore. I don't think it would be a problem if I even did mention it, because I'm not attacking you. I completely agree with everything you've been doing lately, and I honestly feel that you've seen the light. I honestly feel that you're doing the right thing, and you are handling it maturely, dude. I'm not saying that you weren't a mature guy in the past. When I first met you, I always thought you were mature, but what happened with you, man, is you got caught up with this 40-year-old dude, just like I did, and just like a lot of other people did. And this 40-year-old has infiltrated all these people and basically found a way to pin and pit this large group of people that were all getting along before this guy came around and stirred up the pot in the ways he did. I think you're all beginning to realize that now, including you. And again, 35-year-old graphics designer. I'm going to say a couple of things here. I'm not telling you what to do. What I'm saying is this. Number one, I think that at some point sooner than later, it's just my opinion, is you should stop feeding into this guy. Not because you can't handle it. You're doing a great job, and I think your videos on him lately have been phenomenal. And yes, you've debunked everything, and you've been spot on, being honest with you. But whether you're right or wrong, or he's right or wrong, it doesn't matter to him. There's only one thing that matters. The more you continue to respond to him, whether either one of you is right or wrong, you're giving him what he wants. This is what he wants. He's so desperate for content right now to save his sinking ship that the more you or myself or anyone else feeds into him where he can respond to it, we're giving him what he wants. This guy will respond to every little thing. If you fart in the middle of the day, this guy will make a video on it. That's how pathetic he is. So why give him what he wants, man? I'm not telling you what to do. I'm just saying, why give him what he wants? Now, I'm going to say one more thing here before I remind people of the show tomorrow and a few other things before I get on out of here. I'm going to mention one more thing regarding this, and I'm going to drop it. Give me 1 second here. Give me 1 second here. Hang on. Got a text message. All right. Sorry about that, folks. Give me 1 second here. Sometimes you get certain texts and you got to respond to them, especially if they're friends, family, people that are close with you and concerned about you. And most people know that I am still suffering from the pinched nerve and all that. So they just want to make sure I'm okay. And if I don't get back to them, they keep texting me, right? And that's why I put my phone on silent. Because if I had even vibrate on, you'd be hearing this buzz, buzz, buzz coming through the mic, and it's pretty annoying and very unprofessional in my opinion. All right, so the final thing I want to say here to the 35-year-old graphics designer is this. Besides saying, hey, at some point, dude, I would ignore the guy and stop feeding into him. I'm not telling you what to do, but if you really want to make a statement to this guy, if you really want to starve him, then actually starve him by not doing response videos to him. But I'm gonna offer you one thing, dude. I'm gonna offer you one thing because I think the time has now come to make this happen. And you may be open to this, and you may not be open to this. Okay? But if we're gonna do this, obviously it's gonna be different than it's been in the past. I'm not looking to collaborate. I'm not looking to get anything from you and vice versa. But I honestly think you now are in the same position and see this 40-year-old dude that I've been talking about and that you've been going back and forth with. I honestly believe that you see the same exact things in him that I've seen. And you've been through the same things with him as I've been. We have that in common, despite what's happened between us, which I honestly feel the only reason why you and I ever beefed is because of this guy. He pinned and pitted us against each other. Stole my audience, stole your audience. That's what he does, right? And then when his audience that he stole from us wants to come back to us or you or whatever, right? Then he gets ticked off saying that, well, you know what, if you're going to be with him, then don't, I'm going to kick you out over here. Unless you're my sponsor, right? Which his sponsor is your sponsor as well. That's ironic, right? With the exception of my sponsor that, pays me more than 50% of my income, and without him, I'm homeless, right? So yeah, you're basically, giving your audience an ultimatum that you initially stole from myself and this 35-year-old graphics designer that used to be your graphics designer on 2 separate occasions. Dude, people see your true colors, man, 40-year-old. Now back to you, 35-year-old. I'm just throwing this out there because I think everyone now realizes what I've been through, because it's similar or almost exactly, if not exactly, what you've been through. I would be willing, if you're open to this, to come onto your show and talk about this with you and myself. You could also bring other people on the panel later on if you want. There's only one thing I ask if you're open to doing that. Now, you may not be open to doing that, and maybe it ends here, okay? But if you are open to doing this, okay, I don't care if you get donations or you make money or whatever. It doesn't matter to me. It's not why I would be there. I'd be there because I want to talk about this with you and other people that have been victimized by this guy, and maybe start to repair some friendships that should have never been destroyed in the first place. I'm being as real as I possibly can be here. And 35-year-old graphics designer, that besides you, I'm the only one that knows this guy as well as you do and knows what he's done as well as you do. And there's a lot we could talk about. There are other people too. I'd be willing to come and do an interview with you or talk about it with you on your show. My channel is not the platform for that. Unless you want to do it on the Grip On Life too, I will not do that on my main channel here. It's not going to be advertiser-friendly content. I'm being honest with you. You know it's not. So I'm not trying to invite myself onto your platform. We could do it on the Grip On Life too. We could do it on your main channel. It doesn't matter. I'm open to discussing this with you publicly. It needs to be done. A lot of people have been hurt, and we need to raise awareness. And, whatever I need to do to apologize to people for this misunderstanding, I'm willing to do that. I never intentionally wanted to hurt people or kick people out of my channel, but because of what this 40-year-old dude did, okay, I didn't even realize what was happening. So wait, give me 1 second here. Let me read the chat here. Email sent to Coach from Zero Infinity with a link to a 4-minute quality advice. All right, dude. I'm uploading the great advice clip that has absolutely worked for me. I want you to play it. It's a super advice. Well, I'll talk about it and I'll look at it. I won't play it right now. I'll look at it and see if I can do it under fair use, man, because I don't want to get a copyright strike on this channel. Like right now, this channel is everything I'm working for. So I got to be very protective of it. But I'll check it out after the show, bro. And maybe I'll do it on the stream tomorrow. You have been there for me. You bet but I'll be there for you. Well, thank you, bro. I appreciate it, man. And I really appreciate you recognizing that. I really do. So 35-year-old graphics designer. If you want to do that show, I'm thinking maybe we could do it Sunday night, because tomorrow I'm going to have a busy day. I'm thinking that, Sunday night, 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific. Typically, that's when you like to do shows. That works for me. I'm 3 hours behind you. You like doing them at 9 Eastern. And again, I'm willing to talk about this in a civil manner, as long as we can all be mature about it. I have no problem if people come on and ask me questions, but I want the questions to be kept to what's been going on YouTube. I don't want to talk about my day job and what happened. I already explained that. I don't want to talk about my dating life. I don't want to talk about any of that. What I want to talk about is this situation with this 40-year-old and how it's affected myself, how it's affected you, and how it's affected a very large community of good people out here on YouTube. I don't want to be referred to as a CUCK. If one person calls me CUCK, I'm out. It's time for us to grow up and be mature about this and leave this 40-year-old guy to hang and dry and see for himself what he's caused for himself, what he's created, what he's done. We have a bunch of talented people within this former Dramasphere community that would not have been a Dramasphere community if it wasn't primarily for this 40-year-old dude stirring the pot up in ways he did to create fake controversy and drama to basically sell it to his audience for donations. It's pathetic. And now, I also am willing to extend the olive branch to anyone from the past that is willing to be mature about this. And I would even consider unblocking you on my channel one by one, as long as you understand what's going on and you're going to be mature about this. And you're not going to call me CUCK. You're not going to attack me. You're not going to attack my moderators. If you want to participate on my streams and have me participate on your streams in civil ways, I'm willing to give it another chance. I think the time has come right now for us to really realize and see what happened and realize that none of us really ever hated each other. None of us really ever harmed each other. All of us were victims of this 40-year-old dude because of how he does these things on his YouTube channel and how he makes his money and what he needs to do to make his money. If nothing comes out of it, hey, if the 35-year-old graphics designer tells me to shove it up my you-know-what, no problem, dude. I understand that. No harm, no foul, no hard feelings. I'm just throwing it out there. That's all I'm doing. I don't want anything out of this. I don't want anything out of this personally for myself. I want to do the right thing. I want to do the right thing. I want people to stop being victimized by this guy. I want people to see the true colors of this person that's been terrorizing these YouTube streets for the past 3+ years. I've never seen any one person create so much chaos on YouTube than this guy. We take this guy out of the equation, and the rest of us are all good friends getting along. I'm not saying that we all agree on everything, but at least we could respectfully disagree, right? So 35-year-old graphics designer, if you want to do a show Sunday night at 9 Eastern, 6 Pacific, your channel or a Grip on Life 2. I am not doing it on this main channel. Obviously, it's not going to be an advertiser-friendly stream. You know it, right? I'm being mature and professional about it. Your call. But again, if we're going to do this, let's do it maturely. No CUCK, no attacking each other. We can have a debate. We can talk about things, and let's keep it on topic to what's happening on YouTube with this 40-year-old guy. Let's not take it into our personal lives. It doesn't need to go there. So as long as it doesn't go into our personal lives, and as long as there's no CUCK or attacking, you'll have me on that show for as long as you want. The moment that happens by you or anyone else, if this show happens, I'm out. And that's it. But I think we've gotten to the point of where you see the true colors and true light of this other person, this 40-year-old wannabe YouTuber, that I think you realize where I'm coming from. And I think you know I'm being genuine. I am being genuine with you, dude. You're worth a lot more than he says you are, or maybe even you think you're worth. And I think if we do this, man, I think it can help you and me and others get back on track and create some more peace, which will leave more time, energy, and space for us to create our own content and create success off of that. And then we'll pass up this 40-year-old dude that's going to probably continue trying to create this cringy drama content to try to continue to make a living off of it. Huh. Got a few people in the chat, and they both got banned. Let me see if this other dude. Yeah, you banned them. That's good, Queen. Keep them banned. I just checked out their channels with the go to channel extension on Chrome. Yeah, these are people that just want to stir up the pot from the other side. All right. So before I get on out of here, folks, and I've been on longer than I wanted to be on. We've been on for 50 minutes, almost 50. Where it just turned to 51 minutes right now. Before I get on out of here, folks, once again, couple of things. Actually, tomorrow I will probably, if I get up early, I'll do a members-only video before the live stream tomorrow. If not, it'll be after the live stream and then before the night live stream. So there's a lot going on tomorrow. At 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific, I'm going to be doing a stream on dating over 40 sucks. And are older women more difficult than younger women? Are older women more difficult than younger women? It's going to be probably about an hour to an hour and a half stream. I'm going to be sharing my thoughts and continued personal experiences of dating, being a 46-year-old man, and what I've been dealing with women over 40 and women under 40. There's a huge difference. It's really interesting. There's a huge difference regarding my success with women under 40 and over 40. And I'll share that with you folks tomorrow, along with reading this awesome blog, not from Psychology Today that I usually read blogs from, but from another personal site from a woman that helps other women better understand men. It's going to be really interesting. So 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. If you're anywhere but the West Coast, it's already Saturday. So later today, if you're anywhere else but the West Coast, if you're on the West Coast, it is 10:59 p.m. Pacific time. Tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, 11 a.m. Pacific. Okay, dating over 40 sucks. It does. I wish it didn't. I'm not trying to be bitter about it. I'm being honest about it, and I'll share why it sucks tomorrow. Again, before this show or after this show, I will be doing a members-only video. So members, if you're looking forward to another video, you'll get that tomorrow. Now, if you're not a member and you'd like to get you'd like to get access to these member-only videos for a minimum of $4.99, you can get access to all of my members only content. I've done, I believe, 19 members-only videos already, and there'll be plenty more coming. In the future, I'll be doing some members-only live streams, and there will be some other additional unwritten perks that only members will get. I do have 5 membership packages ranging from $4.99 to $99.99, $4.99, $9.99, $24.99, $49.99, and $99.99, which is a super fan sponsor package. All these packages will get you the same exact thing. So the $4.99 package will get you the exact same thing as the $99.99 package. What's the difference? How much you want to donate to sponsor the channel and the future success of this channel is up to you. That's the only difference. Let's see here. Not sure if that was malicious. If you have critique, it is best to address it privately. First one is a valid account from 2014, November. The second one was malicious, 2018, September. Are you talking about those channels that were banned, Zero Infinity Live? Neither one of those channels were your channels, right? But I checked them out, and they were trolls. Mutton's World says, night will catch up later, have to be up by 4 a.m. to get ready to catch my ride to go grocery shopping. Well, Mutt, Jesus, it's 2:02 a.m. You got less than 2 hours before you have to be up on the East Coast. Wow. Well, good night, Mutt. You're going to be living up a couple hours of sleep. Hopefully you make the show tomorrow night. That'd be great. Let's see here. And then later on tomorrow night, if I can get my mods together privately and get some other people interested, I'm going to be doing a live stream regarding 2020 and how 2020 has affected you. What are your thoughts about 2020 in being one of the worst years in our world's history, in my opinion? So at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific, I will be doing that stream. And anyone that I know, I will welcome you on through StreamYard. I'll be using StreamYard. I'll be taking some more chances with people if they want to come on, because if someone comes on and they start talking smack or trolling, it's one button to remove them from StreamYard and they're out of there. So I'm not as concerned with Hangouts. You didn't have that option. You don't have that option on the consumer version of Hangouts. In StreamYard, you do. So that'll be coming up tomorrow night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. Zero Infinity Live, I think grocery shopping is later. Of course not, because I am get in what you need to say, man, because I'm about to go off the air here. All right. Just going to wait one more second here, and then we're going to get on out of here. All right, folks, I'm going to get on out of here. I said what I had to say. Tomorrow's going to be an awesome day. I hope you can join me. Folks, I am here to truly build relationships. I am here to truly help people accomplish whatever their heart desires. I'm truly here to help people get a better grip on their lives. I'm not out here saying that your life sucks or you don't have any grip at all on your life. We all have somewhat of a grip on our life, but we all also learn each and every day how to get a better grip on our lives. And I'm here to share my personal experiences, and I have a lot of them. And through my personal experiences and the mistakes I've made, you folks can learn to not make those mistakes or as many of those mistakes to, become more successful much more quickly with less resistance. That's what I do. Yeah, a Zero Infinity. Queen banned you by mistake. She was banning a troll that kept coming in on different stock accounts. Queen, let me ask you a question. Yeah, we know it was an accident, Queen. The second time that troll came in, did the pop-up box pop up? Has the spam filter box popped up at all, Queen? So that way the message never hit the chat, or did it hit the chat first? I'm curious to know. Oh yeah, by the way, yeah, I did put a posting out there the other day. I am thinking about taking a nice week-long vacation or so. It's probably going to be 2 weeks because I would drive there. It would take me probably about three and a half days to drive there, and then three and a half days to drive back. I'm thinking about taking a trip to Pensacola, Florida, before the summer ends. And actually, there are a lot of great YouTubers out there that I'd love to meet. Pensacola, Florida would be my first stop, and that's where I'd get my hotel at. But, there are many people in that area, Florida, and then there's Georgia and the surrounding states that I would love to meet as many of you as possible. So, yeah, it's all good. Queen, why is Zero Infinity getting banned? Is it a mistake? Oh yeah, he was just sharing. Yeah, Zero Infinity. That sock account is that same dude that's been trolling me for a long time. No, don't worry about it, Queen. Zero Infinity Queen keeps banning you by mistake because she's on her phone and she means to ban the other person, but the chat scrolls so fast that it accidentally bans you, but then she unbans you. So sorry about that, Zero Infinity Live. But yeah, the guy that you mentioned there joined July 16th, 2020. He's got a ton of sock accounts, and he creates the same name. He's trying to intimidate me, trying to ruin my life and get my channel shut down. He's just pathetic. Yeah, no, I've already checked it out. I mean, thanks for sharing the link, but we know who this guy is, and we just ignore him and we move on. It's not a big deal. Not a big deal. All right, I'm going to get on out of here. I want to thank you all for being here tonight. Thank you to Zero Infinity Live. Thank you to Queen Helen Casey for being here. Thank you for doing a great job moderating the chat. And also thank you to Mutt Nuts World who was here. And anyone that watches on the replay from my mods, Super Steph or Colin Butters, aka Colin's Trivia, and Alex the Beer Master. If any of you see this, please let me know if you want to get on that panel tomorrow night. Or later on tonight if you're already on the East Coast, Saturday night at 8 p.m. Eastern, 5 p.m. Pacific. And I will also reach out to the mods in the private chat tomorrow morning regarding this show. If you want to join the panel, you can email me at Coach Eli at coach@eliasmelas.com and let me know you're interested in joining, and we will get you on. Again, if I bring you on and you're a troll and you start going crazy, I'll just remove you from StreamYard just like that and ban you. So I'm not worried about it. Let's have a great show, folks. Tomorrow night. It's going to be awesome. All right. Have yourselves a great night, and I'll see you all tomorrow or next time. Take care. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. We're out. Peace out. Peace, 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 peace. We're out. We're out.